What's up everybody on YouTube? Real GR Experience coming to you with some more content, this time on Minecraft. We are building a farmhouse for a giant farm. We had a tour video that we posted just about a week or so ago now, and you guys seemed to really like that one and checked it out, so I went through and did some off-camera work from my stream there on Twitch, and went through and started building the farmhouse to our giant farm that we were working on for quite some time. We're going to start pushing some projects like this over time and throwing some videos up probably once a week. And I'm also going to incorporate some Minecraft into my Twitch stream so you guys can come and stop in and see some Minecraft content live. I will put a better description of that as time goes and as things proceed. Don't forget, guys, as always, I stream on Twitch, and we are going to try out a brand new format this week, so let me know how you like it in the comments down below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to do good things at all. As always, guys, we'll see you again real soon. Take care. Welcome to the kingdom, guys, and today we're building a farmhouse. I already set up the front layout of the house here, as you can see, with some cobblestone, with a little bit of a staggered situation going on for the front blocks to give it that medieval feel that is the basis of the entire survival build. What I'm doing right now is just setting up the side wall, and the area off to the left there is actually a little tunnel that I created when I was setting a floor plan for this, that we're going to make another farm there with like tomatoes and or potatoes rather, and pumpkins, things that we're not using in the main wheat field that we have, that we shaped just out and beyond the farmhouse here. Right now I'm spending a little bit of time just lining up the foundation, and one of the things with Minecraft is a lot of Minecrafters will tell you is that when you're setting up a build, the most important thing you can do is set your foundation, develop the floor plan of your build, and spend that time making sure that you have all those things correct, that it's symmetrical, that the build itself is pleasing to whatever you're trying to accomplish, and that you're spending the most amount of time you can getting the foundation correct and getting a general idea of how everything's going to interact and interchange within that build. So the main idea here is to try to get a medieval style feel on a farmhouse by using some off center shapes and creating some kind of pillars on the outside of the build, and then we'll use some staircases as the build rises from this level. The farmhouse itself that I have planned is going to be a 2-story farmhouse with a loft area that's going to have a huge window over top of the entire field so that you can go up there and kind of look out over the fields and check everything out. But the main idea that I want is basically this lower entrance area, as you can see the walls raised, to have basically a home-like feel with multiple different rooms, like a dining area, a small kitchen, and even a bedroom for the farmer to hang out in. I kind of keep things in perspective in my survival build, and I've been doing this for about 5 years since I started my channel on Twitch. So as I'm building stuff in survival mode, I'm thinking a lot about how the world would actually interact and how things would actually work in that environment, in that world. And I'll show you more examples in this video that you guys can check out so you can use your own tools when you're doing this and checking things out. One thing that I decided to do here was to cut an area through the back, and I cut through the side of the mountainside here, as you can see. And as I was doing this, I discovered a small pond area just below the area. I was cutting like a lower storage area for all the wheat and seeds and the things that were going to come from the farm, also the other farm that was going to be to the right of the main farmhouse. And I dropped down here in this little underground cave lake, and as I was going through here, I threw a torch up, and what on earth is that thing? Very weird. Some new creatures have been there, and I really, to be honest, wasn't sure at first, even though that I'm on, you know, pleasant difficulty, if that was going to attack. The next thing I tackled in this, and I won't go through the entire build, but I'll just go through some of the things that I felt were kind of important, was taking care of the floor. And it goes hand in hand. Designing the floor plan of a build is just as important as having a solid foundation. Making certain decisions and doing things that can really influence the build in and of itself. Out here I switched to another shovel. As you go through those pretty quick, I did have a conversation with someone when I was streaming at one point that kind of got a little bit frustrated that I was doing this in survival mode instead of creative, and then not using enchanted tools and things like that. But I just haven't spent any of that time. I've done all this stuff mostly with stone tools. I have upgraded to iron now that it's become more abundant, but under most circumstances I'm using standard sticks and stone tools to carve all of my areas, level out the area, and hang out. The best thing I could find for a live stream is it creates a lot of moments like this where you're just carving away, creating something, and you can have a lot of conversations, doing these seemingly mindless activities where you can talk to people about your channel, how you're feeling, what's in the plans, what was your day like, all the things that are very important to running a successful stream. Sometimes when I'm really playing some of the Fortnite style games, Apex, even playing zombies that we did the last few nights, I get really involved in the gameplay and I completely forget that I'm doing that, and that's really 100% on me. But it's real easy to get really absorbed when you're playing a real high tense action packed shooter. You're trying to get that kill, you're trying to get your win, you want to increase the consistency there, and you want to continue. You're trying to get a streak, you're trying to make things work, and it really easily just gets lost in the shuffle as you forget about all the small things that people come to hang out for. So I find that Minecraft really makes that easy. Now I lay the entire floor in granite, and like I said earlier in this monologue here, one of the things that I like to do is imagine the world. So I'm thinking, like, this guy's a farmer. Now he's not the king's farmer, he's just a guy that's acquired some land, that's been working his whole life, and I just put an entire polished granite floor in his farmhouse. And there's just no way that he's gonna have the financial capacity to have an entirely polished, nice granite floor. So in order to kind of make up for that, and just the small details, what I'm doing now is I'm cutting some different style shapes, and still trying to think of the layout of the farmhouse itself, and I'll go back and replace those with just the raw granite to give it this feel that it's like not completely done, and that maybe he spent some downtime, the winters or whatever, polishing those actual floor pieces that he grabbed, that maybe he got mining, or she however, and that situation is just a byproduct of all his hard work, and it's something he's proud of. But because he runs this giant farm, our farmer hasn't spent the kind of time to make sure that all the little details of his farmhouse are taken care of, because he's trying to push his profits and run his business. So it was just something, it just kind of entered my head, and I get these little ideas every so often, and they're noted all throughout the entire survival world of different things that you can check out. And here I am now going back, and as you can see, just that off granite, it just kind of gives a little bit of a different feel to the farmhouse. It gives it just this little unfinishedness almost, or even just like a more rustic situation. Now we'll start shaping in some walls, and I won't show every detail as far as that's concerned right now, because in my mind as I'm doing this, I'm planning, like, where do I want staircases, how do I want the layout to be, and to be honest, in the video I cut it quite a bit on the back side, and I did go through and finished up a few things, and you'll see a little bit more detail, but we're not all the way there yet. I decided that it would be best to take the mountainside away from the farmhouse itself, clear it out. I have another little kind of a plan that I want to throw into the build to keep things moving in the right direction. I really find that a lot of the Minecraft situation gives me a real break. It still gives me something to do gaming wise, but it gives me something where I can just spend some time building something, crafting something, and designing, and I don't have to have a lot of the stress that comes with some of the other gaming, and it's a great way to relax and hang out. If you guys are interested in seeing more Minecraft, please stop by my Twitch channel, as always, like I mentioned, and check out that. We're going to be doing some streams of the actual kingdom, so you'll see some builds live. We'll be able to, won't be able to discuss everything like here, but I go through a lot of this similar in my stream, so you'll get to see some overviews. We'll talk about some things. You can even help and make some choices. But here's the actual layout as we back away here. That's our farmhouse so far. Still a little bit more work to do on the roof, but Overall, it's a work in progress. Thanks for watching, guys.